Alrighty. Okay, so we have just come out of a long Labor Day weekend, and I'm sure most of you, like most of America right now, is feeling really, really guilty, really, really fat, really, really tired and inflamed and feeling like shit because they partied and ate out and did all kinds of stuff all weekend, right? I know you did because you probably didn't follow my rules, which I give out all the time. Posted it twice this weekend on my socials, but you probably didn't follow. So what happens is, and I talk about this regularly because this actually used to be me. Okay, so let me tell you a story because this is you right now. Okay, back in the day when I first got into the fitness industry, okay, we were always taught, right? And by the way, the certifications that we get to become trainers is fucking horrible when it comes to nutrition. Okay. So the stuff that I teach my people has nothing to do with learning the certifications because that shit is horrible. Okay. Now, but back in the day, what they used to teach is, you eat clean all week long and then you have a cheat meal on Saturday and you enjoy life, right? Well, that one cheat meal always turned it into a cheat meals for days after, right? So what ends up happening is you end up overdoing it and you never get to the point to where the damage you are doing in one single day, okay, a single meal can set you back weeks, right? And the average American right now is doing it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, this is beyond just like a meal. This is meals, days. Okay, so I'm going to teach you some little basic stuff about fat loss, and I'm going to kind of give you a little image here in a second to kind of break this down because I want you guys to understand this because our brain, it really thinks in images and photos. And that's why I like to always give you visuals and I like to draw shit out because you're going to remember more of the diagrams and what you see than you are going to remember the actual shit that I say. Right. So, but before we begin, in case you're new here, okay, in case you're not used to seeing me YouTube, you haven't been watching my reels and shit that pop up everywhere because they all over the place, right? Okay, let me give a quick little who I am. Okay. This is me. Okay. This is my book. Okay, I've written a few books. All right. I literally have this whole journey of losing fat down to a step-by-step blueprint. Follow the steps, you get shredded. Okay. All right. So just so you know, right? So whenever you follow the steps, okay, here's some examples right here. See this? See this? This is what happens when you follow the examples. Okay. Now I'm gonna give you a little image on what this looks like. Okay. Now I'm gonna be speaking primarily to the guys in here. Okay. So, but this actual example right here is actually of a woman. Okay, so fuck it, let's just do women. Okay, because probably more ladies tuning into this right now anyway, right? So that seems to be the trend. Like even when I launched my first book, like almost 10 years ago, 75% of the people who purchased that book, which was actually written for men, were women. So the women are always much more serious about losing body fat than dudes are. Okay. All right. So this is the typical example of like what your week should look like. And in case you don't know, when it comes to losing body fat, it's real simple, you guys. It's real simple. Okay. Look at me. Look at me. Okay. This is all you got to do. Limit your calories, burn calories. That's it. Okay. That's all you got to fucking do every day. Limit, burn. See that gap? Okay. That's what burns body fat. Okay. Now, for the typical dude, you need about 2,200 calories a day. Average guy. Okay. Average chick, 1,500. Now, this is the main reason why most people who work out, most gym goers, will never, ever, 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 ever get the body they want. Ever. It's not going to happen. Ever. Okay. This right here is why. Okay. Most people, this is what this is showing you right here. Okay. Let me even blow this up a little bit so that way you can see it. Okay. Now, for a chick, okay, if she's trying to lose body fat, all right, she needs to be limiting her calories to 1,500 calories a day. Now, ideally, it should be like this. Okay. Now, what happens is that most people, and this is basically every one of you motherfuckers watching this video right now, okay, you all do this shit. Okay. Used to be me too. All right. I was a retard too back in the day. All right. Didn't know any better. Right. You don't know any better as of right now, but right now you're going to know better. And if you repeat this shit, you're a fucking retard. Okay. Period. All right. So So this is basically how it works. Okay. Now, ideally, in order to lose fat fast, you need to create a consistent deficit. Okay. Now, what happens is most people, and see, when it comes to losing body fat, it's not about just the deficit in the day. It's a deficit over your averages for the week, for the month, for months, right? The majority of the time needs to be in a deficit, right? But what happens is most people, right? So she went 7 days at 1500. Her average deficit would be a 1500 calorie week, right? Now, what happens is that most people on Friday, they go out to eat, they go out and have drinks, boom. Okay. Now she's hit 2000 calories. Next day, she's eating out, drinking. Now she's at 5000 calories for the day. Okay. Literally almost her entire week's worth of calories in one day. Then Sunday, she does the same thing. She goes to Pancake House, Waffle House. She goes and has brunch with the girls, right? 5,000 calorie day. Now, if you look at this average for the averages for the week, check it out. The average for the week, if she's doing 15, 15, 15, and then a 2,000 and then a 5K, 5K, which guarantee you're doing way more than 5K. Okay. Most of you guys are doing like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 extra calories on Fridays and Saturdays between the alcohols that you're drinking, because you're drinking all the sugary ass shit, 400, 600 calories of pop. You're drinking 4, 5, 6 of those a night on top of that shitty ass meal that you ate that was 2,000 calories by itself, on top of all the other shit you ate all day long, right? You're at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 calories for the day, right? So what happens is 15, she hit 2K on Friday, 5K on Saturday, 5K on Sunday. So what ends up being her average for the week is 2,500. She's technically in a caloric surplus for the week. Do you see where I'm going with this? All right. This is what you guys are doing wrong. This is why you don't get results. This is why the average gym goer stays fat for life. Go to any public gym. You'll see the same people in there all the time, working out like crazy, working hard, putting in the work, but they're fat still. This is why, right here. This is why. Because the average American blows it every fucking weekend. And that's why I'm trying to bring this to your attention, give you a visual so that way you understand how it's supposed to be done, right? So, now, dudes, you're way worse, right? And this is why by the time Monday rolls around, you're feeling all fat, right? You're feeling all fat. You got sad face, right? And then you're like, oh man, I feel fat. And you're feeling guilty because you were like, you know what? I'm gonna eat clean this weekend. I'm gonna do good. And then, right? You just totally blew it, right? And then once you have a bite of any of that processed addictive shit, it leads to a binge every time. Okay. You're not alone. Just so you know, in case you didn't know that. All right. You know, like whenever you try and eat healthy and then you have a bite and then all of a sudden you just lose your fucking shit, right? Those foods are designed on purpose by the food companies to be that way. It's designed that way. It's designed to make you addicted so that way you create more, it creates more profits for them because you're going to go buy more of their shit because you're addicted to it. Okay. So then what happens is most people, this is most people, now they're feeling guilty. They're like 5, 10 pounds heavier, right, on Monday, feeling guilty. And then now they're going to start running all week long and start doing all kinds of cardio, right, trying to burn all these calories, right? You'll never catch up. In case you haven't realized that by now. You're never going to catch up. Okay, you're not going to out-train what you can consume. The amount of calories you can consume in 90 seconds would take you hours of working out to burn. Okay. And you guys are doing thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of calories. All right. In case you guys don't realize this too, alcohol has a lot of calories. Okay. So this is typically what most people are doing on the weekends. And this is why you guys aren't getting any results. Okay. You have to learn to discipline yourself on the weekends. When it comes to the weekends, there's a smart way to do it. Let me tell you a little story. Because this weekend, I drink this weekend too, you guys. I party all the time. Okay. How do I stay lean? How do I keep my abs all the time? Okay. Let me tell you how. Okay. This is what I did. Right? We were going to go to Julian for the weekend, right? For the day. Going to go to the, wineries and things like that, right? Here's what I did. Okay. Step 1, I fasted. Okay. Fasted, worked out early, super, super hard before we even left, right? Fasted. Okay. Because that's a way of cutting calories, right? Step 2, when it came time to eat, I actually boiled up a lot of eggs, right? And brought boiled eggs with me, right? So I ate eggs as my protein source. So you need to eat some kind of protein source. Okay. Any kind of protein source is fine, just not a shake or a bar. Actual animal protein sources. Okay. Not this fucking processed shit. Okay. So step two is eat the protein, right? Then step three is drink nasty shit. Okay. That's step three when it comes to alcohol. Okay. You have to understand alcohol has a lot of calories. All right. So you want to not be chasing flavor when it comes to your alcohol. Because if you start chasing flavor, guess what happens? You're drinking sugar. You're chasing sugar. Okay. What happens when you drink sugar? Calorie intake. You're going to drink a whole bunch of it, and it's going to spark cravings, and you're going to end up face deep in cake, pizza, swinging by the drive-through, going to fucking get froyo, getting fucking cold stone after you have that shit. Okay. So you want to drink the nasty shit. This means low carb or zero carb stuff that tastes like asshole. Okay. We want nasty shit because nasty shit means it's high alcohol and no sugar and no fucking carbs or low carbs. Okay. So I typically there's wine that certain wines that you can drink. Like Chardonnay would be an example, right? It tastes like fucking ass, right? Usually 14% alcohol, she'll fuck you up, okay? Right? You don't need to drink very much, okay? So best thing to drink when you drink is actually straight liquor. Okay. Now I drink, it was literally like a 10-hour thing. I literally had all I had was 3 small drinks the entire day. That's it. I was literally sober. Okay. I had like one drink when we got there. A few hours later, had another one. A few hours later, had another one. Like I was literally sober. Okay. So, so when it comes to you partying and socializing and doing shit on the weekends, you have to make sure that you are disciplined. Always have limits on what you consume. Always. So this is basically how it would look, right? Now, if you're on a normal week, let's say you're trying to lose body fat, right? Average dude, okay, should be eating like 2,200 calories a day, right? And then let's say this is your burn line, right? You're working out every day. This is non-negotiable, by the way. Okay. You work out every day. It's non-negotiable. There's no, oh, I'm taking that. No, bitch. You're working out every day. There's no days off. Get the fuck up and go to the gym. Okay. There's no days off. You want to lose fat fast? This isn't no pussy shit. Okay. You want to fucking look good and feel good fast? You got to put in the work every motherfucking day. Okay. So this is your line. So on the days that you're going to be working out, which is every motherfucking day, okay, we're going to burn 3,000 calories a day. Average dude. Okay. 3,000 calories a day, limiting at 2,200, right? That's your limits, right? Now that means all this right here is coming from your body fat. Okay. Because you're burning 3,000, but you're only consuming 22. There's a gap there known as the deficit. That's body fat burning, right? Now what happens is, usually what ends up happening is when people get to the weekend, right? So let's say this is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I just showed you that other diagram, right? Here is how you prevent what I just showed you on the other screen, all right? Your limit is always going to be 3K. Okay? So think about this. How do you hit 3,000 calories limit and drink alcohol? Okay? It's honestly, it's super simple. Okay, it's really easy. If you just do this, I just explained it to you, but I'm going to show you in writing, right? So check it out. So on the days, usually you want to kind of keep it to like 1 day a week. Really ideal if you're trying to lose fat fast, don't drink for a long time. Okay. But once you get lean, you can do this frequently and regularly and get away with it. Okay. Like I do. I basically drink like almost every weekend. Okay. Lightly. Yeah, I don't go crazy. Right. But this is how you do it. Okay. You got to keep your calories down, right? Remember, 3K is your limit. So these days, 3K is your limit. So what are you going to fit in there so that way you don't go over 3K? Because if you go over 3K, you're likely to get fat, depending on your size, right? And your activity. So you're still working out, right? Still working out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Still got those in, right? But the difference is all you're basically doing is you're creating a little room for you to actually consume alcohol. Okay. If you're drinking, right? So you gotta drink that nasty shit. So basically the only way that you can do this is you have to basically be a carnivore on that day. Right. Now I'm a huge fan of carnivore like the majority of the time because it's easy. Right. But when it comes to your drinking day, so let's say you know you're going to be drinking on Saturday, you're going out with friends, it's birthday party, whatever, right? Work out. you're straight carnivore. All you're eating is animal proteins. That's it. That's all you get to fucking eat. Animal proteins. And the reason is because alcohol has a lot of calories, you guys. A lot. And that shit adds up fast. Even when you're drinking the nasty shit, shit adds up fast. Okay. Like I went to a few years ago, Labor Day weekend, 3 years ago, I went to Vegas with one of my boys. I had 10 shots of tequila because we were literally at freaking XS nightclub dancing like machines from like 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. Okay. So, and I was tracking that shit in my MyFitnessPal. So every time I took a shot, I was tracking that shit. It ended up being like, I think it was like 900 fucking calories worth of fucking tequila over the night time. Okay. That shit adds up fast. Okay. So you got to track your shit. Okay. But you gotta make sure you create room for that. Because remember, if you start going over 3,000, you likely start storing fat. Because anytime you consume more than your body puts out for the day, you're going to get fat. Right. So if you are a carnivore and then you drink some nasty shit, right? Like some straight liquor, some tequila, and then you keep it limited, right? Like I only did 10 shots when I was in Vegas that time because, dude, I was dancing like a machine all night long, right? So I was burning it off anyway. So I didn't even care, right? But for most of you guys, you're usually just chilling, drinking. You're not really doing that much. You're not really that active, right? So you gotta limit your stuff. So you basically have you eat your carnivore, eat your meat, tracking shit still, right? And then you limit your alcohol intake, just like I just did last Saturday, right? Or Sunday, whenever we went to Julian, right? What I had eggs all day, right? Some steak, and then I had 3 drinks, 3 small drinks, which was a total of like I think 460 calories. That's all I had. That's it, right? Still had a good time, still got to socialize, still did everything else, right? That's the price you got to pay to look and feel good all the time. The other reason why I don't like to drink a lot too is because I always like to be on my game, right? Like if you drink too much or too often, it totally kills your like ambition, your testosterone. It kills your drive, your energy levels. I don't like to feel like that. So I like to keep my drinking moderate. So that way I know when I wake up the next day, I'm going to feel like I didn't even drink. So I keep my stuff always limited because I want to make sure I feel good the next day so I can crush a workout. So that way I can crush it in my business. That way I can get to work and I get to hustling. I feel like I normally do, which is full of fucking energy. So I can produce content for you guys like I do every motherfucking day, right? So I've been pumping out content like crazy between reels and shorts and all kinds of stuff all over the place, right? So I like feeling like I'm on top of my game. Right. I don't like feeling like I'm hungover. I don't like feeling like I have a headache. I don't like feeling like shit. So I always limit my stuff, not only to keep from getting fat, but it's also to make sure that I feel good so I can stay on top of my game. Now, if you guys aren't business owners, you don't get it. Right. You employees, like when you're an employee, you don't get it. Right. But when you're a business owner and you understand that you got to be on top of your game at all times because everything relies on you, trust me, you start thinking differently. Okay. I have a new client that just started his own business in March this year. And before he was pretty irresponsible, partied a lot, did a lot of shit, you know. Now that he's a business owner, he cuts that shit out. He's like, I got to get up early. I'm going to bed early. Like he's completely, and I'm like, see, now you get it. Now when you were an employee before, you didn't care, right? You didn't care how you showed up to work. But when you're a business owner, you want to be on your game, right? So, but anyways, back to this. So what I'm trying to show you guys here is that you can drink on occasion. You just got to make sure that you limit your shit, right? Drink the nasty stuff and just be carnivore. Okay. So, and that is the thing that you guys got to understand. You can never go over the line. Women, if you're watching this right now, most of you can't go over 2K because most of you guys are like 5'2", 5'3". You can't go over 2K. Okay. That's it. So you need to eat carnivore, limited at 2K. All right. So, if you do that, you will never, ever, ever gain body fat ever again in your life. Okay. If you follow these rules. All right. Now, when it comes to you guys trying to lose body fat, you got to make sure that you are prioritizing your protein and your fats. These are essential macronutrients, not carbs. So if you're hearing from any retard, carbs are essential, your brain needs carbs, fucking retards, okay? Run, okay? They're retarded, all right? Carbs are inessential. You can literally live without them 100% of the time, okay? So I haven't eaten carbs in like 7 weeks. As of right now, making this video right now. Does it look like I'm fucking, like, does it look like I'm struggling? Does it look like I'm not cognitive? I've got more energy than 99% of the people watching this motherfucking video right now. I haven't eaten any carbs. Okay. So, but anyways, protein and fats are essential. So the majority of your calories need to be made up out of that, right? You ain't got to be crazy carnivore like I am the majority of the time, but you need to limit your calorie intake. And the majority of your calories need to come from your protein and fats because those are essential and everything in your body is made up out of those. So you got to make sure you get a significant amount of them. Okay. So that is all I got in this video. So if you need help with the implementation of this, you need help with coaching, you want a copy of my book, you want some free content, like I've got stuff for everybody. So if you're a brokey and you can't afford coaching or you can't afford anything, okay, I got free content for you. If you got a little bit more money and you can spend a little bit more money, I got programs for you too. If you are a baller and you are living in abundance and you are a hustler, okay, I got programs for you too. That's you and I working one-on-one together. All right. So if you want any information on any more of those products, because I got things for all budgets, I'm always trying to help you guys get in shape because you know what's crazy is I've been talking about making America sexy again since like 2010, right? And then, all these guys come here and try to copy me. I've been talking about making America sexy again for a long time because if you look at like back in the 1970s, right? 1960s, everybody was hot. Dudes had abs, right? Girls were like this big, 25-inch waists, right? They were super skinny, super gorgeous, right? The average woman back in the 1960s and before had a 25-inch waist. Did you hear that? Today it's 39 inches. Okay. It is horrible. All right. The average dude today, 40-inch waist, 200 pounds, 28% body fat, clinically obese. The average woman, 171 pounds at 5'3", 39-inch waist, and 40% body fat. Okay. That is obese as well, too. Okay. So my whole mission is to give you guys as much content as I can so that way I can help you bring the sexy back because there's not any sexy out there anymore. I mean, literally the amount of lean people that I see on a daily basis is like 1 out of 100. It's like so rare. Like it used to be rare to be obese. Now it's rare to be fit. And I'm trying to change that. So I got all kinds of shit to help you guys out. So follow this stuff. Make sure you never go over your limits, right? If you need any more information, look down in the description. I got more stuff down in there. If you guys are watching on the YouTube, I'll put some information in the description so that way you can reach out to me from there if you got any questions or anything as well too. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. You guys apply this shit that I teach you. That's the best thing that you can do. Later.